I'm Steve Garner. I'm president of the Missouri Association of Trial Attorneys, a lawyer down in Springfield, Missouri. My position, I hold when we discuss caps on medical malpractice, is that our organization, me personally, I support every amendment to the Constitution. It was drafted by people who had lived under a different set of rules, mainly that the king and the king's court were in charge of meriting out justice, and those courts didn't recognize common people. And so when we declared our independence, the right to trial by jury was specifically designed so that people that were beholden to no political party, no party in the courtroom, who were guided only by their conscience, decided the case. And it has worked. I can't say that I agree with every verdict that's come down, either from plaintiff or defense, but I wasn't the juror in those cases that heard the evidence, that left my job for a week, week and a half, 3 weeks, left care of an elderly patient or relative for those periods of time. We trusted to send people to prison. We trusted to send people and condemn people to death. But for some reason, it appears that we're not trusting jurors when it comes to awarding damages. That's inconsistent. It's also my opinion that once we start giving people the opportunity to overturn the Constitution, it's kind of an ugly ball that's rolling downhill. I think it's contrary to free market capitalism. I think it's contrary to safety, as the Cato Institute found. And so I am opposed to eroding the constitutional right to trial by jury for liability or damages. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you for your testimony. Any questions, Senator Parson?
Thank you. Just one question on the Constitution, I guess, especially for the state of Missouri. The Constitution's been changed 140 some odd times since the 1940s by the will of the people. So I guess if I'm looking at that from my perspective, if we decide we want to change it, which we have in the past for different times for different things, and it's the will of the people, I guess I'm trying to figure out why is that wrong?
Well, we have the federal Constitution, but Missouri Article 1, Section 22A says the right to trial by jury should be inviolable. And
That's not taking away that.
excuse me.
That's not taking away that right. What this amendment is. This amendment is simply changing the Constitution to say, you know, the General Assembly has a right. It doesn't say what that right is.
I would disagree in that I think that it does take away the right to a trial by jury when you take away the ability for the jurors to assess damages. Fully and completely.
So I guess the point is you're assuming if that constitutional amendment would change and then the legislatures could put some cap on it. The truth of the matter is when it goes to the people, you don't know what's going to be a lower cap or higher cap. Because that hasn't been determined.
That is correct. As I understand the proposed amendment, it would put that power in the hands of the legislature, as it may exist now or may exist in the future, which obviously times change and we don't know the way it's going to be in the future.
Which is, I think, is why the Constitution has been changed. I'm not a big fan of changing the Constitution either. I'm really not. In fact, I think that's why the U.S. Constitution probably held up as long as it has without it's been, frankly, the state of Missouri Constitution has been changed because of the will of the people.
Yes, sir.
This is what I'm trying to figure here. I understand what you're saying as far as right to trial, but also people have a right to change it. They go to the right process if they voted to do so.
I understand your point. I simply feel that it's probably speak of the right to trial by jury.
Thank you.
Any other questions of this witness? I have one. How much lawyering are you getting done down in Springfield since you're always up here every Tuesday?
Not wrong.
Not a lot.
Not wrong. And I don't get.
And you asked for this position, right, to be the president of MATA?
I've wondered about that. When I ascended, I don't know if I ever asked.
Yeah. So you were the only guy that didn't show up at the meeting and you got nominated?
And I've wondered if it's a long. I feel it's worthwhile for you to hear both sides. People get jaded. I do. Everybody does. And so I hope.
You're a great American.
I wouldn't go there. Thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none. Anyone else to testify in opposition of SJR25?